so I started drafting changes to the grants framework based on the previous, based on what the experience was in the last cohort, um, and I've just been gutting like sections on sections that are just
Can you
like,
grab that thing?
huh?
Oh, sorry about that. Thought I
Oh,
was muted.
no worries. I'll just drop a link of what like I'm like working on right now. I just barely I started to work on it, and then I just don't have enough time between weeks to like spend on this and on governance. So I do a little bit on I did a little bit on this. Um, like I've been kind of like cleaning up uh, some sections on here that are anything related to coordinate. I gotta delete, um, and like remove that, and then more broad. I deleted this entire. I deleted the bottom section, cleaned up how the section on um, where I cleaned up a section on like oh I can't even remember. Um, oh like the actual like timeline, and the other things I was going to add was more I was going to adjust ideal grant recipient to be more reflective of what we actually had, where if you have an idea, rather than like the full transition from leaving your job to do this to more open-ended of do you have a project, or like do you have a DAO based project or Web3 based project that you are passionate about, that you want to like, that you need funding for, that like keep it, broaden it back out to be that, instead of the very narrow like criteria, which as it states right now is you are to go full time, which is not really what we really are looking for at this moment. But I would
And
try to.
quick note, Live Fast. Can you just by default when you create these docs, can you make them like public? Like if you have the link, it's public. Like I got locked out again.
Oh, yeah, because sorry,
Yeah, no worries, man.
I'm very,
Are you
I'm,
okay, Michael John?
yeah, yeah, I just opened it up. Um, it's not, it's there's not a lot of work in there right now, but it is something I'm like. That's it.
Oh
Uh,
no, it's all good. I was just saying, like in general, just don't forget to make it shareable.
yeah. Um,
So essentially, what you're saying is just you want it to be more open to funding existing people that are already working in the DAO space, and that their full time job or their corporate job is irrelevant.
yeah,
More of that sense.
yeah. And then just clean up. I gotta timelines, add timelines, add like dates of just like scheduling dates of like, you have this many days to do this days on this, like stuff like that, and then just a little bit more I don't know, and just kind of like clean up some things that like I haven't gone fully through everything, but like I'll probably just clean up some stuff that are just were not, that weren't really necessary. uh oh wow, interesting. According to the framework, there's actually a clause in here that specifically states how much ETH to give. That's weird. I didn't see that before.
Well, I mean, we're gonna obviously overhaul this anyway. It's something
Yeah,
we can remove.
yeah. That's just interesting. Yeah. Just that's it. That's all I have.
The parameters thing,
Yeah.
where it says
It's not
ETH to be
something.
used.
It's not something that we missed on the cohort zero, was it, by chance?
No, it says approximately 3 ETH,
Target.
and we gave
Okay.
out 3 ETH.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But no, I think the point is like it is an approximation and it gives a target. It doesn't lay out specifically like it has to be that number.
Uh.
But
Yeah.
we could make it a USD amount
Yeah.
in
Or
ETH.
just just I'll probably just change it to be different, something else that is just like more open ended. and then see what it is. But I just need, this is basic changes first, nothing really to present in any type of like beta form for you. But that's it.
Yeah. Oh no, it's no worries, man. I just wanted to see what you were working on.
Garrett,
And
the
it-
downside. Sorry, Garrett,
go
the
ahead.
downside. If we put a U.S. dollar amount in there, and by chance the price of ETH takes off, that might make it really low on the amount of ETH if it's unless we go. I guess maybe that's what you're saying is to change it from the amount of ETH to a U.S. dollar amount.
Well, that would be the reasoning, yeah. But I was just putting it out there, like as an idea. I personally like the ETH more because it's more like crypto native. Just to say
Yeah,
one
exactly.
ETH is one ETH, I'm more in that boat.
Yeah, and we can always change that if we. But that brings up the ongoing question. I think that a lot of protocols faces for payment. I know it's a thing over at BDAO was about remuneration and converting the bank amount to dollar amount. And again, if the price of ETH does go up down the road, it's going to do we knock it down from 3 ETH to 1 ETH, 2 ETH, whatever the number may end up at.
Well, we could put a specific mention in there that this amount is to be redetermined at the start of each cohort, or amount to be determined at the beginning of each cohort, or something like that.
Yeah, hands down. Actually, if we could ever solve that issue, that's something we could almost take to other protocols and say we figured out a payment thing that as the price of ETH fluctuates up or down, we could use that and maybe take it to other protocols and use it as a selling point to other projects or a governance point to other projects.
The main issue is that if you don't use a stable coin as a method, like that, inherently it's going to be unpredictable, right? And people, when it comes to getting paid, like predictability. So that's where I see the conflict there, where I don't know how you could do it without using a stablecoin peg as like a rough dollar amount. Like, it doesn't matter how many tokens it is at the time or what fraction of a token, as long as I know I'm getting paid this dollar amount or this euro amount, or you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, whatever
Or
the
even
amount is, as long as
DAI
you know.
as a stablecoin, yeah. Even I know I'm getting this much DAI.
Yeah, I hear you. But again, it goes to remuneration. If a person could ever figure that out and have something that's neutral, that again, you could use it as a selling point or a way of offering to another project. There could be a way of helping with governance issues that way.
Yeah, I wish I was smart enough to figure that one.
Yeah, collective minds together, man. What's that old saying about Rome wasn't built in a day, and this isn't going to be done in a day neither. Just to figure it out, the conversations need to be had, and slowly pick away at it. That's why LiveFast is doing such a great job with the working on these things.
Great. We're gonna put "great" in quotes right there. We're gonna we're gonna put the quotes in that one. I don't know what I'm doing.
You're pushing things forward.
Yeah, that's right, man. You're doing awesome work. Truly appreciate it.
We're gonna put quotes under "awesome" again. I'm doing something. That's.
It sounds like you get a smile on your face at the end of the day. That is all that matters. You're working on something you enjoy, and you got a smile on your face right now.
Yeah. What other? Was it just suggestions within this document, or did you have like a separate thing?
This is it. This is as far as I got, dude. I am.
Oh no, that's cool, man.
I am. That's all I have. Like, I am just like. I read the previous one is just like, I'm like this like looking at what we did versus what this says, and I'm just like, this is deleting, like, and I'm like, I will, like, I never want to see this segment again. Goodbye, good riddance. And like
everything's on the chopping block.
I was like, I have, like, you are useless to me. Like, go away. You are just, I'm like, you are administrative burdensome. And like, okay, cool. Like, all right, that's it. Very, very.
But in all reality, I mean, we have been working every week for a long time. I mean, that's why I just wanted to like open it back up to what Double B was saying. Just I think it's healthy to take a minute and step back and be like, we're creating our own deadlines here. Like Hero always said, like, we don't have to kill ourselves over this.
Garrett, did you stick around last week there and catch the last part of the conversation about maybe trying to plan a social event at East Denver next year?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. What
Yeah,
it would look
that ended
like.
up being like a great.
Yeah.
Liftfest left because of other reasons there, but that ended up being a great conversation with. Hopefully, we can get back on that track. I know we got lots of time there, but that was that was ended up being a great little chat there afterwards.
Yeah, well, I think we're just Bushi always loves to mix things up, man. Like since day one, sometimes he just gets in these zones and he starts shaking things up. Gotta love that.
Well, I think that's why the down punk, especially the emphasis on the punk part there, right?
Yeah, I definitely need to punk out myself a bit more. Getting too rigid lately.
Did he do that thing I wanted him to do? No, he didn't. That punk.
He's punking you up, man. He's punking you up.
I just I wanted to get our damn blue check mark on the Dal Punk collection, and apparently like he's like one of the few people that can do it, and I'm like, and I can't do it for him.
Well, I mean, do you know that he didn't submit? Because usually you have to submit a request of some sort, and it takes days or weeks or who the hell knows.
I don't remember. I remember he looked into it, and then he's like, I'll get to this. I think he said, I'll get to this later, and later never came. I'll remind him about it.
I think I did that with OpenSea. I'm probably going back to last fall or maybe early winter.
They kind of streamlined it a bit more. I asked because I mentioned it about a couple months ago that they streamlined it a little bit more to make sure that he was to get the blue check mark for it. But we'll see. Hold on, I'm just.
Here's a timely question. Any thoughts from you guys on the old GameStop NFT marketplace opening up?
I seen the numbers there. I was quite surprised, but having said that, have you read the CoinGecko Q2 report on crypto?
Actually, no. I don't think I've ever read one of theirs.
Yeah, that was the first one I'd read, and they had in the report there. If you find it, it's on their website there. Besides, oh crap! I just lost my thought. OpenSea has been overtaken at times on different days and spans by two other platforms of which I had never heard of, and I can't remember the names right now.
Looks rare, maybe looks rare.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't either of those. That's why I seen the names. I'm like, really? I haven't even heard of either of those projects. And it wasn't GameStop, because GameStop is just here like in the last couple weeks. And when I seen the name, I'm like, I'll have to check them out, because obviously the NFTs, you could see them on any platform. But I think it was either sales volume or total money volume, some volume that was a key metric. And to me, like OpenSea is becoming like the Coinbase, launched with such great fanfare, Coinbase. And now I don't know if they're going to survive or not the way it's going.
Oh, they'll survive. Don't.
Well, no, but no one is like GameStop's NFT marketplace. Like, I think after 2 days they hit about $4 million, and that, Coinbase hasn't done that like since it opened or something. Like they haven't done shit.
I mean, Coinbase's marketplace is just like. I mean, even Gemini has their own NFT marketplace that's like not very good. But
like Coinbase, I feel like really they kind of are going more into like the big corporate finance company, like giant, starts doing shady shit than actually being an ally to the space.
They're going to be fine.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You got to have a lot of balls to hang on to that stock. I hung, or after the IPO was there last year.
First of all, if you no you you don't after an IPO you dump. You don't buy. You dump. Like as
Yeah, no, I didn't get in on the first day like that. I waited. I got in after
as
I
a
thought the market had gone down enough.
as my my buddy who bought like I don't know, like an absurd amount of pre-shares of Facebook before they IPO'd, and then when they IPO'd, it tanked to like $30 from like whatever it was, like a couple $100 that it was. Yeah, it's what's it at now?
Facebook?
What? Let's go to the max. Oh yeah, he bought at max. Oh wow, yeah. So it IPO'd at about $40, or maybe probably higher depending on it. And then
That was probably pre-split.
oh yeah, that's got to be because yeah, this doesn't tell me split. 2012 is at 30, about 38.30, and then it tanks lower to about I see $18. That's like 50% loss. And then it just proceeds to
Coinbase
skyrocket.
is down more now.
And then it proceeds to skyrocket to the max of 376 back in 2021. Now it's at 158.
Yeah, and that's
I
post-split.
mean, it's still over
Amazon is the
6-7
same
years.
thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
got to be patient with that.
So
Mhm.
I'm not. I've never been concerned about Coinbase. The whole oh, Coinbase is going to go insolvent. I'm like, no, they're not. They're just going to stop
No.
doing other things. They're going to stop being aggressive and expanding.
Yeah, what did they say? Their treasury or they cash? They have like $6 or $7 billion in cash sitting on hand somewhere.
I'm sure. How
Oh
could
my-
they not?
Oh my god. I can't this stock in November was 357. That's stupid. That's stupid. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's what happens when you pump $1 trillion into the stock markets to artificially inflate them.
And it's now at like $53. And I'm like, okay, that's a reasonable price.
Following along the lines of many others, Amazon was the same way, and while Bitcoin and ETH have all had big drawdowns numerous times.
True.
Wait, did Amazon split? Am I like
Yeah, they just split earlier this year. It was a 10-for-1.
oh.
Oh, really? I had no idea.
Yeah, they did a split this year. I can't remember what the numbers were, but they did a split earlier this year.
Because it's at like 110 and I was like, I thought that was at like 3,000.
Oh, shit. OpenSea just fired 20% of their team. It's downsized.
I'm guessing we're going to see a lot more besides the OpenSea. We're going to see many tech companies. Even I listened to a podcast the other day about Google, and I can't remember that CEO's name there, but he was saying that in the podcast that they sent an email out to employees saying that the sunny days may be over. Not that Google is dying or off, nothing like that, but just the growth that they've always had. They're now more a mature company, like eBay got in there a few years back.
And I sure as hell hope they stop expanding and creating Skynet. Them and Facebook.
Mm.
No, but I just thought it was funny because you read that quarterly report on how OpenSea was getting smoked by those other companies, and now they're laying off 20% of the crew. Like,
The NFT market is ripe for consolidation. There's just so many platforms.
yeah. Too many.
Oh, Jesus, it's amazing. I realize the costs are probably low, but just there's so many platforms out there.
The cost of the platform itself, it's just all the marketing you have to spend to try to attract attention.
Mm-hmm. There's another one there that I'm somewhat involved with. I actually just got home there and I checked my mail, and they had mailed out a card. It's that Courtyard platform, which I think they're using PSA as their to send out real life sports or games cards. That they sent me a Pokemon card or whatever it is. There, I'm not into it anymore.
Rareable Super Rare Foundation. Nifty. Oh yeah, Nifty Giftaway. That's from Gemini. Mintable, which is backed by Mark Cuban.
Oh, yeah. The Cubester.
The Theta drop.
Theta looks like dog shit, but I haven't been on there in a long time.
I just have like no. I like I just if I didn't lock up all my ETH, I would have just bought myself my Clone X that I wanted, like back when I should have, and then like just ride that wave to where it is right now and be happy.
It's 2020, my friend. We all look backwards and say, "Why didn't I do this or that?" That's just part of living.
I mean, I physically couldn't. Like, I physically could. There was nothing I could do because I locked up all my ETH in the ETH 2.0 contract because money.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure you won't be that unhappy with that decision.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A little
long
while
term.
longer.
Yeah, long term, man, long term.
All right.
What's the latest up prediction? September?
August.
I don't know, man. I don't know if they'll be this year.
No, it'll be this year.
Have you been paying? I don't know if you follow Laura Shin in the Unchained platform that she has there, but she's had a few guests on that seriously question some ETH stuff. I'm surprised others hadn't really. Some have taken to it there. I see just going off retweets and whatnot, but just she's doing some digging around. So there's definitely some issues there, but just I don't know how big they are. Just maybe it's just noise that doesn't need to be had. I don't know. Did I get rugged? Did I?
Nope.
Oh, sorry, I was just reading something.
Yeah, no, that's no problem. I'm kind of wondering myself. When's the next test? Is it Gurley? Is it the last test there? I guess testnet.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I think it's go early. Gurley, however they pronounce it there, but
Yeah,
it seems like
I
it's
wasn't
on its
sure.
way. But just it seems like it's on its way. But just again with that particular platform there, I know that that podcast or her network there is doing some digging around, but how serious it is, I don't know. Just because that protocol level stuff, I'm not into that at all.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it says only one major, Gorley testnet or Gorley, whatever. That's the last one, and it's expected to occur in August. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's still looking like it's September, or that's the date that I kind of think they're headed towards. But just again, it's a nice thing about looking around is you see other perspectives and just where that Unchained is. Again, I don't know if unearthed anything or not, but there's definitely people questioning some of these things.
Yeah, it's fine with me. Keep the price low as long as you can. Trying to buy more.
It's great to get cash on the sidelines, but if you haven't got any cash sitting around or coming in,
I don't. Yeah.
right now, you're right, man. ETH at $1,000 or whatever it is out there today, US. Looking back last fall when it was pushing 5 or 4, whatever it was, you're definitely the time to buy.
Yeah, I definitely bought a large amount in between the 2 and 4K range. Maybe between 3 and 4, but
I think a lot of people did. I know I did.
What's it called? Shoot. It'll come to me. I lost it.
Welcome to the club, man. I don't know your age, but wait till you get older.
Oh, you're not kidding, man. I'm turning 33 soon.
The nice thing I found as I've gotten older, I'll be 50 next year, is
oh, no way.
I'm starting to embrace it. That way, there I can just use that as an excuse.
Oh, there's got to be, yeah. There's ups and downs, right? Pros and
Yeah,
cons.
I can't wait to get the seniors discount.
Hell yeah, dude.
Bright side stuff, man. You can look at the bright side of things.
Dude, you need to start working on the AARP ETH protocol.
Actually, that's the one thing I've not really noticed. Obviously, there's retirement plans to governments, but is there a project working on a kind of retirement plan or something like that? Or do you know?
Retirement community.
Go buy some properties down in Arizona or Florida when the housing market tanks or later this year
Yeah,
or next year.
just instead of city DAO, it's just like nursing home DAO.
Exactly. Make sure you have
Yeah.
a golf course to get out there and play.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I bet you could do pretty amazing things.
Oh,
I'm
hands
sure there's
down.
a bunch of old people that have a ton of money they don't know what to do with, and the markets
Oh
look
yeah,
like
for sure.
shit. So it's like,
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
let's try this.
Well, gang, I think I'm gonna book it off. It's pushing my time here. We're almost just after 7:30 my time locally, so I'm gonna book it off. We'll see you around town. Have a good evening, and
Yeah,
yeah, we'll see you around.
yeah. Talks. Double B. Did you ever get to ask those? I forget what you were trying to ask. Maybe Maiko earlier.
They were just random questions about always. My head is like a sponge at times, and it sucks in too much information. And I try and tie loose ends together, but they were random questions that had nothing to do. They were crypto related, but just
Oh,
yeah,
just
they just
checking, my friend.
yeah, no. Well, I'll get them answered soon, sometime down the road. There's no rush. It was just we had nothing to ramble on about, but we rambled on for a little while there. So I'm going to book it off and jump in the shower. I just got home from playing pickleball there, so we'll get in
Oh,
the
really?
shower.
Nice.
Yeah, I love pickleball. It's great for even if you're young, it's great.
Yeah, it's
So
never too late. Play while you can.
I hear you, my friend. I hear you. So yeah, you enjoy the rest of your days, and we'll catch you next time.
Very
Take
good.
care.
And be good.
Oh man, I'm just feeling exceptionally lazy and/or burnt out lately. Mike, are you trying to talk? Are you rugged?
No, I just
Oh.
was saying bye.
Oh, okay.
Just chilling.
Yeah, man. I mean, what's the newest? I mean, what is your role in Movement Down now? Has it evolved? Have you attached to any specific departments or anything?
We are, we're a startup at stage, so thing that you have to do to get something going. So DAO formation, company, and we're just like figuring out how to structure everything internally and what kinds of productivity tools to use between each other. And then my actual role that I got hired on for is like onboarding and project discovery, as well as
nice.
like market research. So it's kind of like figuring out what kinds of tooling and what kinds of interface that like impact movements are actually going to need and benefit from, and then finding and sourcing those kinds of projects to actually launch on the platform, and then helping projects who come to us figure out how to actually use the tooling.
They're kind of like plug and
Get
play
going.
infrastructure. It's like, hey, we want to do this. All right, well, here's all of our recommendations for all this different tooling. You know, we can help configure it with you and work with you on it. Is that kind of
Yes, well, there's aspect to things, which is kind of what you're describing, but then there's tooling that we're building. So the DApp is actually like no code solution to minting your tokens, and
Really? Nice.
and then raising money. So you can, and it's highly composable. So you can set up your treasury in a number of ways to basically be like, okay, when people contribute, let's say people are going to contribute Ethereum, or they're going to contribute DAI stablecoin or something like that. you can set up the smart contracts in a no-code fashion, so it's just like a graphic user interface that's easy to use. But you can set up the contract so that any Ethereum deposited gets distributed in like a programmatic way. So let's say like the three of us want to start a project, and we each say like, okay, we each want like equal cut of the funds raised, but then we also want like 50% of the funds raised to go into a shared treasury. So we set up a multi-signature wallet, and the three of us are co-signers on that wallet, and we put that wallet address as the recipient for half of the funds raised, and then we divide the other half between the three of us, our own personal addresses. And then that way, anytime anybody deposits ETH, it gets automatically split up into those wallets. And then
Nice.
so that's like totally trustless and transparent. People could see exactly where the money is getting deposited to. And then and then on the other side is that you have token distribution. So we define we're going to give you 1,000 tokens per Ethereum that you contribute, and so people can contribute and receive our token in return, and it gets minted for them when they donate, and that's also programmatic and trustless. And then we can also do a reserve,
That's
so we can
related
say,
to the Giveth model, right?
what's that?
Is that related to the or similar to the Giveth model, like the
No, Giveth, as far as I'm aware, I need to look more into actually their protocol, but I don't think that they're doing smart contract level stuff. I think, let me see, I'm trying to remember.
I didn't mean to derail it. I just thought it was
No, it's
like token based. Like you get a token after making a donation, and it's a derivative token of some sort, and it's essentially if it's big enough, you can create like a sustainable microeconomy, I guess is the goal, if I understand it right.
right.
Within like instead of having it your traditional like
Oh,
NGO or
okay.
charity organization, you could create
Yeah.
like an
So this is a
organization
little
of
different.
homeless or something. Yeah.
This is a little different because when you donate to a project on Giveth, you get give back tokens. And
Okay.
then I'm not exactly sure what you do with the give back tokens, but you don't necessarily get like a native token for that project. So whatever
I
these
see.
campaigns are on Giveth are like really integrated into the Giveth platform, and it doesn't go much further than that. Whereas with our platform, like you can launch your DAO and then be completely independent from our platform because you've now distributed your own native tokens that are just your own
that's
unique
beautiful.
ERC20. Yeah. So then you can go off and just do your own governance framework however you want to, or you can maintain like using the platform, and we're making the platforms that you can do like recurring funding models and like ongoing sustainable models. We have like we also a huge thing that we offer that nobody else is doing is that we actually are going to be setting up liquidity pools for you automatically, so that you don't have to figure out how that works. So when we distribute our token to folks, a portion of that is reserved for liquidity pools, and that way there will be liquidity between all the projects on the platform, and between the Move token and those projects. And so that way those projects can actually like put up bounties using their token, and like that's actually worth something to people, because normally if you don't have any liquidity, like who gives a fuck if you're going to pay me in your native token with no liquidity? What am I going to do with that? Like but if there's liquidity, you can actually pay rent with that, so that's kind of important for the ecosystem to actually work. And we also have like an endowment, so you can allocate like a portion of your funds raised to this shared endowment that's like strategically invested in DeFi, so that you don't have to spend like several months kicking the can down the road before you actually make some smart moves with your treasury. Because a lot of projects will just like raise a bunch of Ethereum and then not do anything with it, and then it's just sitting there like not producing yield, and then like a market crash happens and the treasury is like too volatile. So we basically built in
Dalpunk's
this
treasury
option
looks
to
around
like,
awkwardly.
yeah, exactly. No, I know it's serious. Like we're set up super well. We're so fortunate in this situation because like we raised a bunch of money during the bull run and it's all stable coin. So we've
Oh,
just got
that's
this fat,
awesome.
fat treasury that just like weathered this storm like no problem, and then we just bought the dip like a bunch of motherfuckers. Like,
Beautiful, dude. That helps.
yeah,
That
I
helps.
know we're super lucky. So anyway, yeah, the tooling is super legit. Our developers are hardcore fucking awesome. Um, and it's just we need to get our whole narrative, brand identity, like messaging established, and that's like it's a lot of work, and
Sure.
um, yeah,
Well, and you're
so
building out that tooling you said. You're like some of your own native stuff. I mean, that's I'm sure
yeah,
no easy task.
yeah,
And writing out the documentation and user guides and that stuff is important, right?
for sure. I know, yeah, and it's funny because like all the documents written out by our lead dev, but like the way he writes things, it's just like everything just like it's so hard to like understand everything. It's so funny. So we're like
He
trying to
needs
find
like
out how,
a
how to frame it.
bridge.
Yeah,
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 from the mind of the the machine into the mind of the
yeah.
humans, you know.
Right, right.
Dude, that kicks ass though. I love that direction of it. I mean,
Yeah,
and actually, this ties back into like if you guys are positioning yourselves to be there, there is a way for startups to, lock in their economics, right? Their tokenomics, the actual token, you know, things like that, right? That's the goal, right?
yeah, yeah,
Like people that want to start a DAO, they would find you, they would come to you, you would give them the tooling, and then that would, yeah, I imagine make things easier for them and add a lot of value and structure, right? Is that the end goal?
yeah. Totally. I mean, ultimately, like there's two aspects to it. One of them is just like this self-service app that's like, it's like launching a Kickstarter. You're like, you want to raise some money? Okay, you can do that with cryptocurrency. You can just raise some money, and you can use our platform to do that. And then you can dig into the tokenomic structure pretty deeply, so that like the money gets distributed exactly how you need it, and that's all self-service. Figure out how to use all that. Hopefully, if you can't, then we're going to have like this consultation arm of the project, which is kind of like what the DAO is for. So I think the way we're structuring things is that we're creating an LLC that is basically building the app, and then we've got the DAO, which is going to be like assisting social benefit, public goods kinds of movements with their efforts to launch on the platform. Um, and then
Also,
there's the
you want to
platform
target a
itself.
lot of those type of projects, like
Yeah,
the
that's the
crypto
mission.
native, like regenerative, giving back, the green pill style, right?
Hmm. Yep.
Oh man, I just got a copy of that. Can't wait to dig in.
Oh, great. Yeah, it's super good.
I know you've recommended it. I love Milwaukee already, so I mean, I got to dig into that. But my point was, yeah, if I'm envisioning what you are working at there, with what I'm envisioning we could be here at Dowpunks, like I definitely see a potential to, if we're working with if we're targeting the same kind of clientele, uh, in the sense that I still have a vision to be like, like a training grounds for people that want to work for DAOs. And if you have a bunch of startups that are trying to use, that platform too, like, hey, if you need people that are trained on this tooling already, or DAO native, like, hey, we got a talent pool right here.
Yeah.
and bankless style
Yeah.
and stuff, you
Totally.
know?
Right. Yep. Most definitely. I want to figure out ways that we can partner up in that sense.
So here,
And
in that
this,
same vein, oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just like, thinking of it in terms of like folks who go through our grant program and they have some project they want to launch. Well, Movement can be there to help them launch that and to provide some of the tooling needed to do that.
No doubt, man. I was just thinking, and this is not necessarily about building that bridge between the two DAOs. I'm just saying in general for DAO punks here. What do you guys think about like if we make the next grants round, where people will apply and they'll lay out their idea and their plan, but it has to be specifically what you would do to improve the DAO punks community. Like where we say this is a DAO punks grants round where it's specifically internal, like building internally. Similarly to how we did it with when they originally paid me, you, and Stubbs, and then Live Fast. We got probably the most done during that time because we had structure, we had a payment plan and clear goals and all that. I say take the same model of using some of the ETH that we have to just build out our actual DAO infrastructure and see what people think could have the most impact. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, grants call after I don't know if both of you left or if it was just Live Fast who left, and then we kept talking about just got off on a little tangent about ETH Denver and maybe wanting to host a physical space at ETH Denver and do like an IRL event, and if we were going to go that way, we need to organize. It's a lot of work to do that first off, and we should figure out how to get our community involved to organize that kind of event, so that it's full of lots of interesting stuff and not just like the same small group of people kind of running the show. And so like what you're talking about, I think would be great for that, is coming up with some grants and some roles and being like, hey, if you come up with some interesting ideas and events for ETH Denver, or if you can find a space, basically set up a handful of bounties, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking even the first part of it could be like an idea round where it's like, hey, what do you think the top 3, most impactful things we could do, or the top 3 things that we'd have to do to make this ETH Denver plan a reality. There's like the logistics and the actual, place. There's the merch and promotions team, and then there's like I'm sure there's another category I'm missing, but we say, what are the ideas first, and then we say we're going to launch a round of grants for the people that can make these things happen. How about that?
Yeah, totally. Definitely.
I don't want to.
I was hoping. What was that?
Oh, no. Go ahead, please.
Well, I don't know. I was just hoping that Booty and Hero and all them would be here today so we could talk a little more about that idea.
Hero's not going to attend. He's going to be gone for a while, and Bushi's been scatterbrained.
Everything okay with Hero?
Huh?
Is everything okay with Hero? Is he?
Hero went on vacation.
Personally. Oh. Just the way you said it, I was like, wait, what the fuck's going on?
No. Yeah. No. Hero went on vacation, and he didn't bring his. He said he wasn't planning on working, or was going to attempt to not work on while he was gone. Bushi is in the middle of a move, and yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I can. Uh, that's what I'll do. I'm gonna just draw up like a summary and like some examples of what this might look like. Um, I'll send it to the crew, the grants. I'll just tag everyone in grants, and then whenever they see it, they see it. But again, it's not like we have to stop working just because they're gone.
Oh, it's good to know what they're up to. I forgot here it said he was.
Yeah, I hope it's a good trip. And I didn't know Bushi was moving either. I've been out of the loop. Damn.
Yeah, no, he just messaged me because he was supposed to attend the meeting on Tuesday, and then that failed. He missed it, and then he wanted to talk earlier today about finances, but he never got back to me on that. So he's just busy, and I saw that he
Yeah,
had a Twitter space earlier this afternoon, so he's probably just beat.
you're probably prepping for that. But yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, what do you think about the Litfast? Like making it a Dow Punks focused grants round for building our own infrastructure and like pulling some, kind of paying out some people to get involved again.
I mean, it goes back to the original principle. If you want something done, like pay people to do it. Like that's you're guaranteed to get something. So I am all aboard. I'm all aboard that, but it's also like you have to be acknowledging of got to be. It'll be interesting to see if you want to pay somebody for a grants to build out like a project. Uh, what these projects would be. Um, I'm just curious what that would be like, but I don't know. It could work.
Oh
Sounds like a
no,
good
we
idea.
do. I'm saying absolutely do both. Like I just meant it, to fund, not to fund, but to just get the engine started for this ETH Denver thing. Like, yeah, obviously we're all volunteering, but it'd be nice to have some more eyes on it, some people that are. Uh, that's why I thought making the first discussion an ideas based, not money based, just saying like, hey, what do we think needs to happen? Like whether it's the logistics of it, the this or that, what are the things we need to get done? And hopefully people make suggestions beyond our little crew here. But and then the second part of it would be a grants round where it's like people kind of, I guess that's more like applying for the job
Mm-hmm.
versus the other way would just be have one round where the person the person applying for the grant is also stating their idea. So like for if their idea gets funded, then they would be in charge of building it out, sort of thing. Maybe that is the better way to go. Am I making sense? Like the difference between the two
Yeah, I think
styles?
there's just a lot of overlap on it. I from what I see. Um,
And even for your own personal benefit. Like I'm saying, even for you personally, like if you laid out like, hey, I want to get this done for the DAO, even if it's the licensing or whatever it is, you say this is what has to happen, this is the funding I need, then if it's a DAO, that's a DAO Punks project, and if it wins, then you get the funding and you personally get paid to do it, even though you're already kind of doing it already. But do you know what I mean? Like have some sort of a mechanism for well,
yeah,
that's the nature of the proposals that you're building out. Like
yeah,
having it open for any proposal in any category. It doesn't have to be a grants proposal. It could just be a work order or a bounty proposal,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That's that. I mean, you're just like reskinning the proposal scheme of just like, here's what I think we should do. Does this look like a good idea?
So that's why I was trying to zoom out and say, well, if we ratify this next gen governance, and go to this proposal system, then maybe that's just a proposal that I work up and submit.
Yeah. I mean that's basically it. All right, it's 4.
Yeah, I think like proposals can seem like a big deal, but it's just not that big of a deal to just
Yeah.
put it through the DAO. You know,
I just want a mechanism for people like me or Live Fast that we want to dedicate time to a lot of this stuff, but it's like I also have to work a second job if I'm not getting paid here. It's just the nature of it in my current financial situation. I wish it were different, but until that changes, I got to focus on my time where the money's at.
I'm in the opposite camp. I just don't want to be wasting my time for a project that's just not going to be like fulfilled.
Right, but you need a team of people working on the project for that to happen.
Not really.
No? You could do it all yourself.
I mean, I need I don't need like a team. I need one, money, two I need the people that are right. that need to approve of it to actually care about care enough to let me do what is needed. I mean, even the money thing, shit, I don't even have to pay for this myself. I can fundraise money to pay for what I need if push came to shove. I mean, I've already figured it out. Like if I need to pay a lawyer $3,000 to review a document, where am I going to get $3,000 from? I'm going to fundraise it. I'll make t-shirts. How am I going to make t-shirts? I've already got the St. John sent me the clothing company. I have the design. There's a few local printers I could probably go to, get quotes of how much it's going to cost me per t-shirt to print it out,
Yep.
add a markup of a reasonable amount to cover I have to sell X amount of shirts that I guarantee you I will sell out. And then
30-50% usually, right?
It's, I mean, oh shit, I wouldn't even take 30. I would anything that's just I don't even.
I mean, if your cost is $20-$25 per item, then you charge 40 or, $39.99.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not gonna do it anymore if it's nobody's if nobody cares enough to pay attention to it anymore.
Oh, dude, I care so much. I'm just being crushed economically. I can't pay the rent with caring, right?
Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
All right, my friend.
All right. Later, guys.
I'll catch you soon.